So we'll start with the part of feed consideration in electrochemical machining. So earlier we have seen the mathematical formulation for material removal and the charge which was available to us. Now we'll see the the feed consideration. So this is the arrangement made. The workpiece has the positive charge, the tool has the negative charge. So I have inversed it. Actually, the workpiece is at the bottom and my tool is at the top. And this is the velocity v with which I'm going to put that electrolyte inside, and f is the feed rate I'm going to give to my workpiece. So it doesn't matter, I fix my tool and move the workpiece. There is a relative movement which is required, so I can fix my workpiece and move the tool, which is actually happening. But I can model it opposite also, it is not going to change. And the y is the distance between the tool surface and the workpiece surface or the machining surface. So electrolyte flow with velocity v inside the gap, and work is fed towards the tool with feed rate f, that is this what I have explained. And therefore material removal is in the positive y direction. That's why I have done that thing. So it happens in positive y direction. Otherwise we can take it opposite also. And we are more concerned with about the relative motion. That's why we can do this flip also. And this y is the instantaneous gap. It will change when, so if I keep the workpiece and tool at same distance, when I keep doing machining, that is dissolution keeps happening, my layer by layer material is going to be removed. So that means the distance is going to increase. So actually that is an instantaneous gap, and that gap will continuously keep increasing if I do not bring my tool closer to the workpiece. And the voltage drop between the electrode because of that instantaneous gap depends on different factors. The first will be the activation, polarization over voltage, the ohmic over voltage, so concentration, polarization over voltage. So these are just the factors, the ohmic voltage. And 1, 2 and 3, the first three factors are on the over anode and cathode over voltage side. So let me just give you a quick view. So the voltage is going to drop something like this. Sorry. So the major drop, these are this ohmic voltage and the over voltages. And this ohmic voltage, the force factor is actually this small part. So this is the voltage drop, and this is the distance. So this part is the anode side over voltage drops, and this can be cathode side over voltage. So those are the major drops which we are experiencing. So delta V is the loss due to all possible ways, that is loss in the voltage. So available voltage will be V minus delta V, and Fe will be given out, or the dissolution happens as Fe2 plus 2 electrode, and a voltage of minus 0.409 volts. And copper gives Cu2 plus 2 electrodes and a positive voltage of 0.304 voltage. So I have taken these two metals right now. So the Fe is my material of my workpiece, and copper is the material of tool. So this is the combination of tool and workpiece material I have. So the EMF will be 0.713 volts, and the current through electrodes. So the electrodes are connected electrically, right? So now there is a current flow through the electrolyte also. So J is the current density through electrolyte. So J will be some K conductivity into the voltage, that is actual available voltage, divided by the distance, that is the gap, and V minus delta V was actual available voltage. So the units will be ampere per centimeter square, because the conductivity is 1 upon omega, or 1 upon the resistance. V is the voltage, centimeter inverse. So I can make changes in the voltage and get this. So this is the ampere. The voltage upon resistance is the ampere directly, you know, right? V is equal to R into I. So rate of material removal is equal to rate at which the machining at which the gap is increasing. So this is the thing we are going to start with, that is dy by dt. So that is the rate of material removed, because the area is going to be constant in which my tool is going to act on my workpiece. So the only change is the change in the gap. So dy by dt is aj by rho zf minus f. And this is directly just thought about it, and the the person would have just written the equation which was actually applicable. So I'll make changes as per the J or the current density, and I have just substituted. So what all things are constant are area, conductivity, voltage, the voltage drop, density, the valency and farad. These all values are going to be constant. So I can just assign them a constant value lambda. So my dy by dt becomes lambda by y minus f, and the lambda value is this ak v minus del v upon rho zf. So there can be two cases. Case one, when I am going to give no feed to work. So the workpiece and my tool are at constant, are fixed. So feed rate is 0, and in that case dy by dt is equal to lambda by f. When I solve it, I get the equation is y square by 2 is equal to lambda t plus y naught square by 2. So I just made solve this differential equation and use the boundary condition that at t is initial condition as I'll need to use initial condition because it is differentiation with time. So at t is equal to 0, my y is equal to some given value y naught. So let me just write again. This is y is equal to y naught at time t is equal to 0. It doesn't matter, right? And the second case will be, so this is not good because the problem I'll explain when I'm going to take the inference of two cases combined. So in the second case, I'm going to take a constant feed. So dy by dt will be equal to 0 because the feed is constant. So I'm going to control the feed in such a way that the gap is not changing with time. I'm going to control using some motors, so the gap remains same. So as the workpiece material gets removed, I bring my tool also closer. So in that case, dy by dt is 0. That means lambda by ye is equal to feed, or ye is equal to lambda by f. And let me define some non-dimensional gap wide bar, which is defined as y by ye. And non-dimensional time, t bar is equal to t by some time of time. This is so ye by f. Ye by f. So this is t into f upon lambda by f. So I have just substituted ye from over here. Y from here. That's the only thing. So the t bar non-dimensional time will be f square t by lambda. And now the equation with non-dimensional terms is actually, I have just non-dimensionalized all the terms which I have in the actual equation. So that's the equation. So dy bar by dt bar is equal to 1 by y bar minus 1 with initial conditions which are this. Again, t bar is 0. At time t bar at 0, we have y bar is equal to y bar naught. And the solution will be, for this equation, it will be now t bar is equal to y naught bar minus y bar plus ln of y naught bar minus 1 upon y bar minus 1. So this is some type of logarithmic term which is coming, and earlier it was not a logarithmic, it was a square term. So using this, we are getting a constant y dash, or a y bar, not y dash, a y bar, that is a constant distance which we are attaining. So it is, let's read this. So with any initial conditions with any initial conditions I put on y naught, the system attains the constant value y bar is equal to 1 at a long time. Ideally, y bar is equal to 1 will be attained when the T bar is infinite, but it is coming very close to 1 at some respectable time. And that means it is having some self-regulatory mechanism or characteristic when I am going to use the constant feed rate case. So that's practically used everywhere. And machining unevenness, so surface roughness also comes into picture, and that is defined as delta. So delta is equal to y minus ye, or delta bar. So the non-dimensional term will be y bar minus 1, and t bar will be, in that case, the t bar will be, I just do this change in my original equation, the solution. So delta naught bar minus delta bar plus ln of delta naught bar upon delta bar. So this is not required. This is what you should understand, that constant feed rate is useful for us because I'm going to attain a y bar which is going to be 1. That means whatever y bar I choose, I can attain that after some respectable time. And that's the purpose which we have solved. So constant feed rate will be used in our industrial purposes also. So we'll end over here. Thank you.